Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make these absolutely adorable little owl Rice Krispie cakes, which are full of chocolate and Rice Krispies and all the good things about Halloween. For your Rice Krispie owls, you're going to need 160 grams of Rice Krispies. We've got 50 grams of white chocolate, 400 grams of milk chocolate, you can use dark if you want to. We've also got our owl moulds, which you can pick up in a number of places. We got ours from Sainsbury's. We've also got, for a little bit of decoration, we've got some metallic food paint in pearlescent white, and we've also got some of these little balls. They're just like little decorative balls that we can use for the eyes as well. So the first thing that we are going to need to do is melt down our chocolate. We're going to take our chocolate, we're going to do our white chocolate first, so you can just put that aside. So we're going to put it in here. We've just got a heat-proof bowl with some water in there, and it's on a very, very low heat because white chocolate melts a lot quicker than milk chocolate. With our white chocolate almost melted, we want to take it off the heat. It will continue to melt in just that little bit of residual heat. We're going to put this just into a bowl, just to make it that little bit easier to work with. And at the same time, you can use the same bowl. It doesn't matter if you've got some white chocolate left in it, because it will mix into the milk chocolate and you won't be able to see it. We're going to put our milk chocolate on the heat as well, just breaking this off roughly, and then when it starts to melt, we can break it up a little bit more. This is going to melt on the same low heat, and we're just going to keep stirring it occasionally and just keep an eye on it. So while our milk chocolate is melting, we're going to take our owl mould, flip it over. The good thing about these is they do have the indentations, which can help a lot when guiding you to decorate. But we're going to use our little silver balls, and we're going to pop them just in the centre of each of these eye sockets that we've got in here. So we're going to use our white chocolate and a teaspoon just to decorate. We're just going to put it over the faces of our owls, just so when that milk chocolate is on there, you can just see the white chocolate. So we're going to take a little bit of chocolate and just drizzle it. Doesn't matter if this is messy, because once the milk chocolate's in there, it will set it down. And we're going to fill in each of the eyes of our owls. So with our last owl's eye done, we can put these in the freezer. These are going to go in the freezer for about 5 or 10 minutes just to solidify them slightly, and then we can pour on our milk chocolate once it's fully melted. So our milk chocolate has finished melting. What we're going to do, we're going to pour the majority of this into our Rice Krispies, but we don't want to put all of it in because we want to save a little bit for our owl shells, but we do need that to cool down so that it doesn't melt the white chocolate that's already in there. So we're going to pour about maybe 3/4 of this in to our Rice Krispie mix, like so. Now we're just going to put this to one side to let it cool down. So, like with a classic Rice Krispie cake, we just want to mix all of this in. It doesn't matter if you smush the Rice Krispies a little bit. And we're just going to keep going until it's all thoroughly mixed. White chocolate has been in our freezer for about 5 minutes. It's perfectly set now. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our milk chocolate, which has cooled down slightly, and what we need to do with this is just spoon a little bit into each, and then we're going to manoeuvre it around so it covers all of the surfaces. So now we've filled and manoeuvred out our chocolate in there. We want to make sure that we have just a little bit left over in our bowl that we're going to put on the bottom of this. That's only going to be a really thin layer, so you don't need too much left over. What we're going to do now, we're going to pop this into the fridge again for about 5 minutes, just let this go solid, and then we can fill it up with our Rice Krispies. I'll put that in the freezer once again for 5 minutes, and then put on our chocolate. So our chocolate is now solidified, and so what we need to do now is fill them with the Rice Krispies, just almost to the top. We don't want to overfill them. So what we need to do, just spoon in your Rice Krispies and push these down as much as you can. We want to have it so it's completely filled in the middle, but it's not going to go over. So our Rice Krispie Owls have come out of the freezer again. They are pretty much solid now. What I've done with my chocolate, I've just re-melted it over the heat again, just so it is nice and runny, ready for us to pour. So what we need to do is basically cover the back of all of these. So with our spatula, we're just going to pour it on a little bit at a time, and then we can spread it out. You can always add on more later. Is gone along with the spatula once we fill it with chocolate, just to smooth it out and go around the edges so there's not too much excess chocolate. We're going to put this back in the freezer for 5 minutes just so the chocolate can solidify and it all will stick together, and then we're going to take it out and see how our owls look. So our owls are out of the freezer. They've been in there for just over 5 minutes. The great thing about this, because it's a silicone mould, it means that you can just quite easily peel away and they'll come out really easily. So we can take our owl out. As you can see, we've got quite nicely defined features there as well. The finishing touches we're going to do on this, we're just going to get our metallic paint again, and with a small brush just go in and really define some of the features that we outlined before. It doesn't matter if your features aren't perfect as they come out, it's literally just a guide to know where we want to go later on. This really, you can just do the details however you want. It doesn't really matter where you put stuff. I'm just going to put it around the eyes and a little bit around the nose, and then a little bit at the bottom as well, just for the toes. And your Rice Krispie Owl will be completely ready to eat. And I'm just going to cut through that just so you can see what it's like on the inside as well. So I'll just cut a small bit off the bottom. These are still a little bit hard as they've just come out the freezer. If you leave them in the fridge for a little bit, they will go a little bit softer. But as you can see, we've got our lovely chocolate outline and our chocolate Rice Krispies in the middle, and that is our Halloween owls.